Town.
And the Home Affairs Department has emphasized that convicted murderer and rapist Tabo Bester and his main accomplice, Dr. Nandi Magudumana, were deported and not extradited from Tanzania. Bester and Magudumana were arrested by Tanzanian authorities in Arusha last month. Magudumana is challenging her arrest and deportation in the Free State High Court, claiming the department did not follow the correct procedure. Bester escaped from the Mangaung Correctional Center on the 3rd of May last year after faking his own death. Oren Singh has more.
Immigration lawyer Gary Eisenberg believes that the manner in which Magudumana and Bester were brought back to South Africa speaks to a process of extradition rather than deportation. This follows opposing papers filed in the Free State High Court by Home Affairs in response to Magudumana's urgent application to declare her arrest unlawful. In the papers, Home Affairs Chief Inspectorate of Immigration Services, Maudrey Matthews, makes it clear that Magudumana and Bester were deported and not extradited. But Eisenberg disagrees.
The international agreement on extradition between Tanzania and South Africa obliges the parties to extradite.
Home Affairs wants Magudumana's urgent application to be struck off the roll when the matter is heard in the Free State High Court tomorrow. Oren Singh, Eyewitness News.
A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng tomorrow with highs of between 16 and 18 degrees.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
I had to calm myself down for the players, of course.
Yeah.
And really think about the situation.
Can I ask an honest, innocent question? Was it a penalty?
Whatever answer I give you, a lot of people is gonna think I'm better. Like I said, we'll take the experience.
Just a yes or no.
I've licked my wounds.
Yes or no?
Based on my reaction, no.
Coach Brandon Truter is my guest.
Yes, congratulations the coach for the great job that he has done at Sekukune. He has brought confidence and belief in the players themselves.
Just want to say that you are one of the young South African coach that you're expecting a lot from.
Congratulations to the coach there, Brandon Truter. Actually, what a milestone. Actually, they did wonders in this league.
#MSW.
Are you waiting to write a book to tell us why you left AmaZulu and how, and why you left Swallows and why? How do you handle the scope of those questions?
It's a bit difficult at times because you feel as if you have unfinished business.
Yeah.
Some sad news. The messages of condolence are pouring in for broadcaster, author, political analyst and journalist Eusebius Makaiser. He was 44. Now, the exact cause of Makaiser's death is not known at this stage. He worked for a number of media houses, including hosting SABC3's current affairs program, Interface, and as a Radio 702 talk show host. He also worked as a political and social analyst at the Wits Center for Ethics and at the University of Johannesburg Center for the Study of Democracy.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
It is #MSW. It is Marawa Sports Worldwide on this fine Wednesday as we say goodbye to the wonderful month of May, the 31st of May, 2023. And that marks exactly 100 days to go before the Rugby World Cup. Marking, 86? I can't believe it. Before the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And also 58 days before the Netball World Cup. I've been seeing the trophy wandering around here in the Prime Media building. I thought somebody was under arrest. But yeah, it's the protection of a very important trophy. It's a World Cup trophy, remember? Like we've seen with the FIFA World Cup trophy, it even has its own seat in business class on a flight. So that is how seriously they take these original trophies. But yeah, just 58 days to go before the Netball World Cup in Cape Town. FIFA Women's World Cup happening in 50 days. Oh. So 100 days to the Rugby World Cup, 50 days to the Women's FIFA World Cup. And no days are left until we chat to the Orlando Pirates coach. Welcome if you're joining us here on 947. You're also live on Vuma FM, Rise FM, and on Sowetan Live. Equally, we are live streaming. You can catch the visuals on YouTube. We see you, we appreciate you, we thank you. You can log in your comments and questions on the YouTube channel. And I know a lot of people have been talking about this, and he's probably had enough. Like, you know, when somebody's had enough. Double heads. Because those who labeled him a plumber when the season kicked off are surely having a healthy serving of stuffed inside a little bit of humble pie, aren't they? But I tell you what, my guest is a team player personified, crediting the success that the Baccaneers have amassed this season to the collective rather than his individual impact. Relatively unknown figure when he landed in South Africa. I guess a few to no one believed that he would be successful in just his first season in charge in the domestic league. But such was his focus on the project. He ensured that Pirates bagged 3 honors, the MTN8, second place finish in the Premiership, and also the Nedbank Cup trophy itself, both of which are in studio. So if you log on to YouTube, there is a camera solely dedicated to the 2 trophies that Pirates have amassed this season. It's a historical one indeed. Don't worry if there's a little bit of a flash light. We are in the middle of load shedding, but nothing's going to stop this interview from happening. And it wasn't only just a campaign of restoration after not winning a trophy last term, but also justification why some of the players and coaches deserve to represent the club. We're going to be reflecting on this past campaign with the diligent, level-headed winning coach, Jose Riveiro, who joins us live here in studio. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Robert, and your listeners. Thank you for inviting me.
Good to see you, man. And I was just saying, as you walked in, literally one sentence, congratulations. That's the only word I can say to you, because the last time we spoke, there was no silverware and there was still all sorts of talk around you and everything else. But firstly, humbly accept our congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. It's been an interesting period since the last time we have the opportunity to talk, and I'm so happy to be here now representing again Orlando Pirates with these 2 trophies that are helping the people to be much more happy.
The happy people are happy, and they've told you all about it. And when they see the trophy live on the YouTube feed right now, and you kind of been glancing across the Nedbank Cup, MTN8, very heavy trophies, but worth every bit of weight that they carry. What does it mean personally in your first season, in your journey at Orlando Pirates?
It's happiness, it's pure happiness. We, like I used to say, we're very competitive people. Everything we do is in order to have the opportunity to fight for the titles because of the platform where we are. We have the opportunity to do it solidly. It's not just a wish. It's because we have the proper resources, we have the proper players to do it, and we as a technical staff, we're supposed to have the right preparation and formation to make it possible. So in a way it's a relief as well I'm happy for the trophies, but I'm also at the same level happy to have the opportunity to go to the Champions League with a club like Orlando Pirates, and I'm even more happy to see the progression during the season.
Yeah,
because it's our first time together, so you really want to see that the things are going well. If you can even get trophies in the middle of the process, it's, what else can you ask for a first season? So in that sense, I'm so happy, and what it makes me feel even more happy, I'm optimistic, is, like I said before, the progression that we found at.
You make mention of participation in the CAF Champions League, which is major. There's only 2 teams here in the country that have the pressure star above their badge, Mamelodi Sundowns and also Orlando Pirates back in 1995. You immediately said that a team like Orlando Pirates should be in this Champions League every single year. Do you believe now that you've started that journey and reignited that journey for them, that it is something that you'll be able to continue for as long as you're here and as long as whoever takes over sometime in future?
Hopefully. I mean, we, and when I say we, I'm talking about every department in the club, is doing everything to make it possible. There's a huge effort behind us to give us the resources that we have in our hands, and I think we must consider always a club like Orlando Pirates like a serious contender for every title that is going to play. And I think you get an extra prestige as a club, and we get the benefit of that when you manage to qualify for the maximum competition that you can aspire. So yeah, I think so. It doesn't mean that you're gonna make it every season, but it must be one of the objectives. That's 100% sure for me.
I mean, one of the things which is not really football related, but it brings you and them together, that is journalists.
Mm-hmm.
You're a former journalist yourself. You would have known what to expect, and you would have known that there's always hostility when people don't really know you, or they don't really know your plan and haven't maybe researched you enough. So what have you made of the media, the journalists in South Africa, and how they've kind of handled situations around Jose Riveiro?
I did nothing. I keep quiet, and my technical staff, the people who brought me here, helped me to be focused in my daily day, in the things that understanding why I'm here in the end. That's the most important thing. I came here to help my players to get better, to perform, to being close to win, and that's the reason why I'm here. I'm not here to prove any point, to try to show that I'm capable to do it. I said in the beginning of my time here that football will put all of us in the right place, in the place that we deserve, and that's what I do every day. I try to deserve the opportunity that I got to be here, because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's a privilege to have the opportunity to lead a club like Orlando Pirates, a team like Orlando Pirates, and I have to make sure that every morning, every day, I deserve the opportunity that I got. And the only thing to do it is dedication and work ethic. Then one more time, I have the resources to make it possible. I'm not just making miracles. It's a consequence of talent, professionalism, and dedication. So in this time, the result it was good for us, because we're here in front of 2 trophies. But that's what I did. I don't spend so much time thinking about what people that I don't know is thinking about me. I'm not gonna put my happiness or my mood or my day in the hands of people that I don't know. They don't know me. They don't know. So they are just making statements just before I put one foot here in this beautiful country, and but they have the right to do it. I explained many times that it's normal that the people didn't get excited when they read or they listen my name, as a new coach of Orlando Pirates. It's absolutely normal. But then I also said that from the responsibility of being a journalist, and you are creating opinions around the people, so it's a huge responsibility also to be serious on that. But I think it was also an experience for me to understand what it means to be in a big club like Orlando Pirates, and understanding that at that time the people was not talking really about myself. It was more about the decisions that were made about me. So I'm happy to be here in front of the trophies and with this progression that we mentioned before. So I'm also reinforcing the decisions that were made at that time around myself.
Yeah, because there's always a big difference between opinion versus insults. And I think at times, people shouldn't be there to insult he who they don't know. They should first wait.
Yeah, exactly. And I try to always think about how the people is feeling. And I said even before that in other occasions that you are promoting already players and coaches and imagine coaches from South Africa going to work in Europe and the reception is in the same way. What are we gonna think, immediately about that comments, the meaning of that comments, and what is, so we have to be careful with those labels. And it was a bit surprise for me when I arrived in a country like this with the history and everything that. It's one of the things that surprised me the most. Yeah.
All right. Obviously, you'll feel it. This hour will be like 2 seconds that'll go by. I'm going to be taking calls. A couple of questions. We'll interact throughout the entire show. I know people are starting to call through. They're watching on YouTube. The number in studio is 011-888-947. Michael's in Rosebank. Michael, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hi, boss. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, man. The coach is here.
Coach, how are you, Coach?
I'm all right, sir. How are you?
I'm very good, Coach. It's an honor to speak to you. We're very, very proud of your achievements. For me, my biggest question was, firstly, I wanted to thank you for instilling a little bit of youth in the team, especially uplifting the boys like Ratomo into the team, and wanted to find out, what is the progress, or not the progress, but how does he manage to gel into the team and the building his character, the confidence behind him, because what we see now, I follow the young guys a lot. I go to Rand Stadium and watch the games, and he's a completely different player to what I saw. So just wanted to find out how it happens that you get to instill so much courage into a young person like that.
Good question. Thank you so much indeed. What I'll do, Coach, is let's log that question in. I want to take a quick break. When we come back from the break, we'll take questions, we'll take comments, we'll take as well some of the views that are coming through on the YouTube channel.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. In 3, 2, 1. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
At Shell, we're all about progress. We understand the further we go, the further you go. New Shell Fuel Safe is designed to give you better fuel economy so you can drive further, making sure there's always more left in your tank. 15 kilometers more to be exact. Because when efficiency matters, so does what you fill up in your tank. Choose Shell Fuel Safe for your engine so you can drive further. Actual effects and benefits may vary. Visit shell.co.za for more information. Go well.
ايش خبلا ايش اسكيسمان اوكي ايش skip the خبلا with KFC Q Skip. Order and pay online to get in and get out. No queue when you collect. Only on the KFC app.
Miles, being Spider-Man is a sacrifice. You have a choice between saving one person and saving every world.
I can do both! Can't stop me now!
You can't run forever, kid!
I can't lose one more friend.
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. I'ma do my own thing.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse in cinema 2nd of June.
Every gamer's ultimate quest. The endless search to top up your game. And then you download the Carry First Shop app. The app to top up all other apps and games, from PlayStation to Steam, Free Fire and PUBG. From airtime to Uber and Pick and Pay vouchers. Earn rewards every time you shop. Enter promo code 947 for 20% off your next purchase. All hail the Carry First Shop app. Shop smarter. Shop Carry First.
We've all heard of injury time, added time, and extra time, but poor Chris has hit extra time. While his girlfriend tries on everything in the store, he's been stuck outside the change rooms.
But look, he's checking Betway Bulb.
With Betway Bulb, he's got access to the stats he'll need to place his bet on tonight's game, all right on his phone. There's no better way to burn down the clock.
Another feature, another gem. Halala!
It helps to be switched on with Betway Bulb.
Licensed and regulated by the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. For gambling counseling, call SARGF on 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp 076 675 0710.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Coach Brandon Truter is my guest.
Yes, congratulations the coach for the great job that he has done at Sekhukhune. He has brought confidence and belief in the players themselves.
Just want to say that you are one of the young South African coach that you're expecting a lot from.
Congratulations to the coach there, Brandon Truter. Actually, what a milestone. Actually, they did wonders in this league.
Good things are coming to that man. I wish him all the best in future.
Coach Parakis me bro.
Ambitions of coaching outside of the borders of South Africa.
I think I would like to follow in the footsteps of Butso. He's flying the South African flag high.
You're doing a good job,
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
Good evening, Rob. This is Odysseus here in Cape Town. Well, you have the coach of the moment, Jose Riveiro. Full kudos to him. He came to Pirates, no one gave him a chance, and people were ridiculing him. But he's got a CV like a carpenter, but he has proved that if you are humble, if you work very hard and believe in yourself and believe in what you want to do, you will succeed. And I must say, he has done so well at Orlando Pirates. He has improved players. Paseka Marco has really improved playing on the right, and yet he's left-footed. Tlogi coming in as a central defender, now gaining the confidence of taking penalties and be the leader. Terence Zukamanja, who was vilified and people were saying that he has to be sold, is the comeback kid of the season. Then you have got a player like Monapule Saleng, who has really taken the league by storm. Tembinkosi Lodge, everyone was writing him off, but slowly but surely he's been introduced. And I've got a question for the coach, Robert. This is a season which he is going in the next season. How is he going to improve the team, because they've really done so well? How is he going to bridge that gap between him and Mamelodi Sundowns? I don't want to talk of other clubs who are really behind, but Pirates, they've got to take that step. What is the next step for Pirates to fight for the league title with Mamelodi Sundowns?
What is the next step in terms of fighting for the league title to try and grapple that away from Mamelodi Sundowns? Audacious, thank you so much indeed for that voice note coming through from Cape Town. The gap is big in terms of points, but realistically, given the progress you've made at Pirates, how close do you think you can?
I want to think that we are close, but you never know. We're going to start again from zero if we speak about points, but we don't start from zero in terms of development next season, as we did early this week. So that might be one of our competitive not advantage, because in the case that you mentioned before, they're going to have also that continuity and so many other teams that you never know who's going to be fighting for the top. The same way that nobody expects us to be fighting for the first positions in the log, and we finish, it can happen the same the next season. But we have to compare ourselves today with what we were yesterday, and that's where the improvement will come. We don't want to see so far to any other team. We have to respect every team who's going to compete with us. And we know that we lost some key games in some certain moments early in the season, at the same time that we were fighting for the MTN, and we couldn't find that consistency that you need in a league. But in this case, in a particular league, because it's really dominated by one team that is not dropping points so frequent. So if you are not at the same level, in 1 month, you're out. You don't get out of the fight, in 3-4 months, because they didn't lose. They did an excellent record. I think it was the best one in the PSL history. So it takes 3 weeks to being out of the fight for the title if you are not at the same level. So we were not that far in terms of points, or the points that usually give you the possibility to fight for the title in South Africa with 54 points. We are not that far. But what they did is also exceptional, and we have to say congratulations and try to make sure that the next season we don't drop cheap points or in games that we're supposed to perform in a different level. So it's gonna be a challenge, because we're gonna compete in one more competition the next season, in a tough one for many different reasons, but at the same time it's going to be a competition that is going to give us, I think, an extra motivation, an extra also in our rhythm to play, that we can get that advantage also to our league. So in the end, it's about ambition. When you play every 3 days, every 4 days, like it's going to happen to us the next season, it's about your mental capacity to keep on wanting to win. We're going to have the possibility to recover, to train not much, but in the end it's about our ambition to say no excuses, let's go, move on, and let's make it possible, because that's what we need to keep that hunger in the squad, that ambition in the squad, that we want to go to every game thinking that we can make it.
Okay, let me take a call. The call's coming through here in Johannesburg. Magashule Gana joins us, a big Pirates fan. Mkitchimi, good evening.
Good evening, Rob.
Yeah, coach is here. He's all ears. Go ahead.
No, thanks very much, and greetings to the coach. Just want to firstly thank him for bringing the happiness back to the happy people. It was good for some of us who do go to the stadium to watch Pirates this season. And I do want to thank him. When many were doubting him when the season started, it forced some of us to even have to write. We don't usually write about football, but we had to write in defense of his own abilities and capabilities. So I'm very happy at this moment as a Pirates. I don't think I'm even a fan, Rob, because to be a Baccaneer is not something that you choose. It's something that you are born with it. So thanks very much to the coach. But quick one, Rob, in terms of the question, it's whether he has looked at the players that are on loan and which ones impressed him and which areas going into the next season, given that we'll be playing many games. Because now we have set a standard so high that we are going to all the finals. So if we are going to make all the finals with the addition of another tournament, then we need a sizable squad. So if you can just look, maybe respond in terms of the areas that he wants to strengthen going into the next season. But we want to thank him very much. It's great to be a Baccaneer on this day. Thank you very much, Coach, and thanks to you, Brad.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much indeed. Let me shoot straight into it. Jeff in Joburg is also on hold. The issue about some of the players who are on loan, I know that you've loaned out quite a few. Are you going to be getting those back? And I know you said to me off air that you're really busy. You're giving yourself this week, not to celebrate, but to try and plan before you take a little break. So what Magashule is talking about is some of the players to try and beef up the squad, given, as you say, your responsibilities on the continent.
Yeah, we know we're going to have a different type of needs because of the schedule and the lack of possibilities to prepare the games in long weeks. So it's going to be a different approach We need to modify a bit our methodology in order to continue being competitive in a different scenario. That's obvious. I think more important than have a huge number of players or how many players we need, it's about to make sure that we do the right things to have our players available. If we manage to do that better and better, I think we're gonna be in a proper situation to being competitive. We keep an eye on our players on loan. We always keep an eye on the market because it's our responsibility. And the players who start the season with us and they were on loan, we already are in conversations and discussions to know what is the best for us and what is the best for the player as well. And the same with the others that already start the season in other different teams. It's the same situation. We always try to have a look of what we need and what is the best for the player as well in their own developments.
The question, I think, just before the break also included the conversion of some of the players and how you've brought the best out of the youngsters. Pasagamako was one of the players that was mentioned, being able to utilize them in different roles. You know that even a guy like Dion Hotto, I mentioned it to the players during the week, that in a big occasion like the derby, you bring him in and it's not a like-for-like substitution.
No.
You could have been buried for that, but at the end of the game, that was seen as the genius stroke that you took in how you utilize a guy like Dion Hotto to change the complexion of the game. So guys like Marco, I mean, I'll get to the goalkeepers a little bit later on, though. What has it been about you and the belief, especially the Chukamanjas, who probably would have gone on loan? Saleng was on loan at Swallows and then possibly would have been on loan again. But you kept faith in him as well. Tell us your thinking, especially around those names that I've just thrown at you.
Well, about the youngsters, about the new generations coming to the team, I'm in my opinion, and I cannot show it or demonstrate it, but for a player like Rele, for example, Ratomo, with such a talent as an individual, it's gonna be always much more easy for him to shine in a way when you are surrounded of better players than in the development, right? When you are only playing with young players in the teams, in between young teams, young players, there's much more mistakes because they're getting that experience. But when you are playing for a team like Pirates and behind you, you have Maela and you have Team and you have Chukamanja or Lorch, everything becomes much more easy because they have the capacity to understand each other just, with one eye, And that's why the adaptation of Rele little by little is getting better. He was for a while with us training and understanding what it means to be inside a professional structure and what it means to be a professional football player every day. And little by little making his own story in the trainings to give me and give us the confidence to say, and think that the guy is ready and was ready at that time to be not only once, 2 times in the Star 11 in Orlando Pirates, which is not a minor thing. And the other players that you mentioned before, it's about circumstances as well. Yeah. When I arrived here with 38 or 39 players in the squad, I have 1 month to prepare the team to compete. I have 1 month to assimilate a huge amount of things in order to understand the environment, where am I. And your moment, that timing, it's going to play a big role for the player. If you are not fit, if you are not in your best, the coach will try to select the players that will, give you the confidence in the beginning. Then you start the process after that with 6, 7, 8, 9 experiences in competition with them, with the group, and then you know much more about them and you start to understand what you have in your hands. But in the beginning it's difficult. You have a player like Saleng, he was on loan, he didn't have a super good season even on loan. He's coming to Pirates. It's not easy, to break the wall, to pull down the door and said, I'm Saleng, I'm here, take me. It doesn't work like that in most of the cases. So it takes time. Like I said, you start to have experiences in competition. And Chuka, for example, when I arrived, he was injured. He didn't have time to complete weeks to say, okay, the guy is prepared. You can start to see that there's something because there's something. It's obvious now. But not with that consistency that he's showing now, because now he's fit, his level of confidence is very high, and now you can see the potential. But if you cannot see in the beginning the 100% of the potential, and somebody is giving you the 80, then you take the 80, And but that's why it's difficult to be in a high performance environment like Pirates, with a big squad, and the competition is high, as you can imagine, and we have to go to the games making sure that we can win.
Winning mentality. Jeff in Joburg, thanks for your patience. Good evening.
Hi, Mr. Marawa, how are you?
I'm good. I think you're talking about exactly what the coach was alluding to towards me taking your call, but yeah, shoot, go ahead with the question.
Okay, just want to say thanks to the coach for making us happy. It's been a while. I was one of those who was not going to the stadium, but second half of the season I attended most matches, especially at Orlando. The thing that I wanted to ask the coach, it has been worrying me for some time, especially it's about 3 seasons or what, is the level of fitness of Orlando Pirates players. I mean, I still saying that I'm worried. Players like Lodge, a player like Lodge should be playing about 28 or 26 games per season, but we're not getting the fitness of Lodge. And it's not only him. I mean, he had to be injured. He had to come in and come back, same as Goodman Seller. So I've been worried about fitness of the Pirates players for some time. And the other thing which I've noticed with our results last season is that we failed to beat teams in the top 5. I'm thinking had we got results in those matches, we could have been talking something else. And so far, I'm like what the coach is really cooking. But the problem that I'm having is the fitness of the players. And big up to the goalkeeper coach. I think he has made a lot of difference since he came in. I think we are getting to stability in that department.
Jeff, thank you so much. Let me cut it there because I needed to take a snap answer from the coach before I take a break. The issue of fitness, I think it goes back to Lodge, the injuries, him coming back and then on and off, not fully fit.
No, like I said before, it's very important for us that our players are available for selection. Is one of the challenges for us, that our players can be ready to deliver, and in some of the cases through the seasons we couldn't find that stability. But if we talk about fitness levels in the team, I think is not a concern for us, but we can go to specific cases, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna talk about the health of, it's something private. If we go one by one, but it's a general concern, and it's going to be even more important for the next season to make sure that everybody is ready, because we're going to need players every 3-4 days.
And Lodge is available for you next season?
Obviously, yes.
He's going to come back here.
Yes.
Well, so there's a lot of speculation about him potentially, possibly leaving the club, but here you're confirming that particular story. You know what? I'll do my best. A miracle will be performed after the break to try squeeze in the callers, squeeze in the voice notes and the comments and questions on YouTube.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. In 3, 2, 1. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
Get all the data you need to do the things you love with this red hot deal from Vodacom. Get a massive 250 gigs on a SIM-only data plan for only 249 Rand per month over 24 months and save 1,200 Rand. Plus, add only 50 Rand per month and you'll get a home router to keep you connected. Miss it, miss out. T's and C's apply. Further together. Vodacom.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade in your car online? Type www.motors.cars into your web browser. That's motus.cars, and you'll be transported to a one-stop car shop. With thousands of new and used cars from more than 300 dealerships across the country, you'll find everything you are looking for. Visit us at www.motors.cars. Motors.cars. You click, we car.
Feel rewarded and be rewarded at Virgin Active. Join this May and get a 3-month premium membership upgrade, or sign up as a premium member and get 50% off your fees for 3 months. Love the post-workout highs and long-term rewards. Call 0860 Get Fit or visit your nearest Virgin Active to get started. virginactive.co.za. T's and C's apply.
The Masked Singer South Africa is here. Join me in pop-ups and the panel of detectives Jay Something, Somizi, Sitelo Shozi and Skumba as we try and guess which celebrities are hiding behind the masks. 16 of your favorite celebrities will be doing everything in their power to hide their identities. The Masked Singer South Africa starts Saturday the 3rd of June on SABC3 at 6:30 p.m. with a rebroadcast on SABC1 at 8 p.m. as well as Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. in association with
Thursdays are reserved for Lotto Star's Real Jackpot Race. Join the race every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and bet from as little as R2 on any participating Real Rush games. Will you be one of the 500 lucky winners who will walk away with their share of 500,000 Rand? Lotto Star, your world of live games.
Lotto Stars, licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Proposals don't always go to plan.
That is...
Maybe you fluffed your lines. Or fumbled the ring.
Well.
947 and Stearns, the home of diamonds, are giving you another go at it and a chance to win a 75,000 Rand Stearns Diamond Trilogy ring to take your proposal from oops to OMG. Live on Mo Flavor on 947 this Friday. Newly engaged or anniversarying? Post a redo proposal vid on 947's Facebook page or on Instagram and Twitter, along with a screenshot of the Diamond Trilogy ring you love most. Tag 947 and use the hashtag Stearns Proposal Redo, and you could win. Thanks to Stearns, the home of diamonds. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Coach Brandon Truter is my guest for a moment. I actually thought Coach Brandon Truter was, Steve Kompela, because there was something he said. As I'm sure there'll be more finals with the progression in the team. But other than that, you wake up in the morning with expectations and the day will end with experiences. Sure, you were feeling very Shakespearean there, Coach, eh?
I had to calm myself down for the players, of course.
Yeah.
And really think about the situation.
Can I ask an honest, innocent question? Was it a penalty?
Whatever answer I give you, a lot of people is gonna think I'm better. Like I said, we'll take the experience.
Just a yes or no.
I've licked my wounds.
Yes or no?
Based on my reaction, no.
I said no.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Thank you so much for bringing us our
Sports Worldwide, Monday to Friday weekdays.
Good evening, Rod Marawa and my coach Jose Riveiro there in the studio. My name is Elfas Noboye in KZN. Coach, my question to you, are we likely to see more youngsters being promoted from our district team to our senior team next season? Anyway, thank you very much for bringing back the smiles to the faces of the happy people, as there was great melancholy before your arrival at the ship. And thank you very much that under your tutelage, we are now seeing the Orlando Pirates players brimming with self-confidence. You've actually instilled that sense of self-belief in all of them, even those players that were deemed by us as supporters as not good enough to wear the Orlando Pirates jersey. Anyway, Rod Marawa, enjoy your evening.
Good evening, Rob. Good evening to your shareholders. Good evening to the coach there in the studio. He made us happy as a Baccaneers. I would like to ask the Riveiro that if can get a greener pastures in Europe, can leave this promising Orlando Pirates, or is going to be loyal and stay and finish his contract at Orlando Pirates? Thank you, man.
Hello, Robert. It's me, Abdurrahim, from Kenya. In the studio, you have my head coach, Coach Jose Riveiro. I think on behalf of Baccaneers from this side of the continent, I want to congratulate him and his entire technical team on an amazing first season at Pirates. I think winning 2 out of 3 trophies is a massive achievement, and hopefully next year it can be 3 out of 3. But no pressure. I also really want to congratulate him also for helping Pirates to qualify for the Champions League. I think it's been a while since Pirates have been in that space. Hopefully Pirates qualify to the group stage and they can play against teams from this side of the continent where I think us as Baccaneers from East Africa, we can go and watch the team live. I just want to wish him good luck for the upcoming season, and I hope he can continue where he left off. Thank you.
Ibrahim, all the way in Kenya. Oh man, thank you so much, and much love to all the people listening to us in and around the country, the continent, as well as the world. We appreciate your contribution, Ibrahim. You get a sense of Pirates, and I'm sure you did, even before you came to the country, just how much well-loved this team that is, now 86 years old, has a meaning to even people in Kenya. How would you respond to Ibrahim, who sends a voice note from Kenya, says, please do well so that they can be closer? If you get to travel to Kenya, they can come and watch Orlando Pirates live.
Yeah, think about it, how important this second position it is, and the meaning for many people through the continent. So it's a responsibility in the end. We try to do it with naturality, but sometimes when I have the time, and it's not so frequent, but sometimes I have the time to understand where am I, how many people is looking what I'm doing, and looking the final product and expecting, and sometimes you feel a bit of vertigo, let's say, but it is what it is, and we have to accept it. I try to do it, like I said, with in a natural way. And I'm glad to listen all of them, because it makes me feel also that from early next season we can start with a different energy in Orlando. You know, the energy this season in the beginning was not the best one because of what we were talking early in the program.
Tell me about that different energy. I think it's an important point. Excuse me for cutting you, and it just when you talk about starting in a different energy, my mind goes crazy. But I'm equally curious to know what kind of energy would you love to see?
Look, if I go to our recent game, the last one, the one we play in Loftus,
Sekukune.
Yeah. You see the stadium, and it's impossible to lose. You know, you say you are not leading, but you are telling to yourself, we cannot lose this game here. We cannot lose in this stadium with 50,000 people. The energy there, the electricity. You know, the moment we scored the goal, I've never felt something like that. The noise in that moment was crazy. It's a final. It's 95 minutes, and you are winning the title. So you can imagine what you feel as a coach, even there. So if we manage to have that atmosphere in our games, and we used to have that atmosphere when we play away in Durban, Port Elizabeth, and almost in every other place, we playing with an extra boost, you know, that I don't think that any other team in the country can have. So it's going to be an advantage for us if we manage to keep that energy levels as high as, you know, we can feel that are right now. So yeah, like I said, responsibility, yes, but at the same time, really, really happy to feel that in our neck in this moment.
I think the question that was asked by Alphas, asking about the youngsters, I believe we spoke about that. I think you mentioned your belief in that. And obviously we've seen the transition where you've stopped players from, or you've handpicked players from the Diski Challenge team to come and play. The next thing, they become man of the match when you play against AmaZulu. You start them in the final as well. And when he was here during the week, and he spoke about having to change positions, but when you shifted his position, he's able to do that with ease because he also believes in you and understands that you maybe see a different strength in him as well. How key is that to guiding youngsters? Because, yeah, I mean, some still 20, others within 22, 23 years old, and they need a coach like you to give them guidance or a different opinion about positions.
I think it's to give them that confidence. I mean, we don't see the ID when we select the players. I don't see what they did 1 year ago or 3 years ago. We just focus in, today. What are you ready to deliver today or tomorrow or after tomorrow? We have to always think about the medium term as well when we're talking about development of the players. So that's the environment right now in Pirates, where everybody who is working hard and following the process will have the opportunity whenever is possible to show it in front of our fans that they are prepared, that they are taking serious their jobs during the week, and they are ready to die for the badge. So that's the only thing that matters, what we are today, what we can do today, and not thinking if it's 18 or 19. That process, where I'm coming from in Spain, that process is shorter, Player coming from the academy, you can see the age nowadays that the players are having when they are getting their first opportunity in La Liga, in teams like Barcelona or Real Madrid. And it's because that bridge, that gap in between being a junior or being a professional is shorter because of the preparation that they get in the top academies there, I guess. So that's one of the keys, and that's one of the challenges that we need to reduce, with our young players. But if the football player has the talent with 18 years old, why not?
Yeah.
Or with 19 or 20 or 17.
Or even younger, I mean, I think we've seen Bayern Munich unleash a 16-year-old at the height of the UEFA Champions League. Peter in Kibla Park, good evening.
Good evening, Robert, and good evening to the coach.
Yeah, go ahead with the question. Time is out.
I understand. I wanted to understand, what's the coach's understanding of South African football? Because I live 5 minutes away from FNB Stadium. I'm 10 minutes away from Orlando. But I wouldn't go to Orlando to watch Orlando Pirates play to a 0-0 draw with golden arrows. There's no skill, there's no flair. Has he seen Scarango Bester, Tabo Bester? Has he seen Steve Gwelea? Is it the kind of football that is trying to get the players to play every weekend? Because without the flair, without the skill, I mean, what am I doing at FNB?
Tell me, are you still there, Peter?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah. So if you win, for example, MTN8 and you win Nedbank and you finish second, you're going to play in the CAF Champions League. How much does skill and dribbling then matter?
Yeah, but if you win it and the coach is excitedly happy about the support that he had over the weekend, which he doesn't see every week. He won the Nedbank Cup with over 50,000 supporters, and he's talking about the 94th minute. Then that should count something. If Robert is inviting me to a braai on a Saturday, I'll go to Robert's braai and not go to the stadium.
Okay. All right, Peter. Thank you so much indeed. How much freedom do you give? I think that's the gist of the question. Some of the players to showcase their God-given skills factor. Play on the ball. You mentioned a couple of former players, Steve Lekolea, Tabo Bester, the late Scarango Bester. Whether you know them or you don't really doesn't matter, but I'm just saying that the skill factor to you, what does it mean? Do you give those who are gifted in that department the freedom to express if it contributes towards the build-up of the game?
Every contribution towards the final objective is very welcome. If it's just to get how can I say, the love of the fans in that moment, but it's not helping us to go where we want to go in every single attack or in every single situation, is not welcome. It's simple. For me, that's not my football. I respect everything, obviously, and I understand football like a show, like an entertainment. Sometimes the games are boring, but not only here. Even if sometimes the Premier League games or La Liga, you fall asleep there because nothing is happening, when the games are so tactical or too tactical. So I think we need to find the balance in between. I love to see a 1 against 1. I love it. I love to see a 1-2. I love to see a tunnel. Everything that is happening in order to get rid of the opposition, it's fine for me. Step on the ball just for the fact of,
gaining ground.
Yeah. I don't think it's the right way.
Okay. Sure. Someone swallowed the time. I wanted to touch on something regarding the goalkeeping department, but I also just want to acknowledge so many questions that came through on YouTube. Vusi Klo saying, I'm glad you're hosting the Pirates coach. Please ask him who brought him to Pirates, because for me, that person deserves the credit. Give me one name. Who brought you to Pirates? Who was that one person that approached you?
Pirates itself.
No ways. Pirates is a movement. It's a club.
It's an institution.
Yeah. So who within that institution identified you, called you over to Pirates?
The ones who are in charge of that department. We don't need to hire names. Why? Yeah. It's not important. I think the institution, the most important is that they show direction, not only hope. They show direction.
Yeah. I would have pressed you, but time is pressing me. So there's just a pressing game that's going on. The issue about being loyal to Pirates. If there's an offer in Europe, would you go or would you stay with the project at Orlando Pirates?
I'm 100% commit with the project. For me, you never know in football. I'm not gonna be as stupid to say no, it's impossible. Everything is possible, but in this moment, it's not an option at all. I don't think that I could find in this moment of my career a better project than this one, a project that can motivate me more and makes me feel, that I'm doing something with a meaning, like I feel right now. So I didn't mention the ones that you are trying to take out of me, but I feel 100% commit with that project and with the opportunity that I got here. The people who brought me here took a certain risk under control, I think, and I have to pay back with loyalty and with work ethic and dedication.
Coach, I always enjoy football conversations with you. Pity, I got to say goodbye to you, but you deserve a break. I think a lot of people that have been sending messages are saying, please wish the coach a well-deserved break. You do. And well done on the successes. The trophies speak for themselves. The name of Orlando Pirates etched on them. Champions League football next season. You growing the squad. You making the squad younger. You incorporating young and old and also just experience within the team means a lot. So for your time on the show, please, until next season, I thank you very, very much indeed. And once again, well done.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you so much.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.